Listen, you ever get that gut feeling that this is the big one and it's about to hit? And if you're not positioned right now, you'll be stuck watching everyone else cash in? Well, I got something for you today that I guarantee is going to flip how you see this market. We're talking breaking news from the SEC, a tidal wave of pro-crypto moves from the US government, and yeah, I'm about to pull the curtains back on some insider level meetings that have never publicly been shared before, and I got the tweet pulled up. If you think this cycle's over, you're about to find out why. We're barely even getting started. Stay with me, because once I show you what's coming, you'll see exactly how the pieces are all lining up and why XRP is sitting right in the middle of all of it. Folks, welcome back to the Bullwinkle Blueprint, the #1 crypto show on YouTube. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hit that thumbs up. It takes you 2 seconds. I know I sound like a broken record on every single video, but if I don't tell you to hit the thumbs up, people don't hit the thumbs up. You press the thumbs up, the videos go absolutely viral and they go parabolic. I appreciate that. And hey, it's a free way to support the channel. If you're looking to go ad free, hit that join button and become a channel member, which will get you exclusive channel rights, exclusive TA. And when we start the live streams up on this channel, your comments will stick out from all the rest. Hit that join button on any single one of my videos. Now, without further ado, let's jump into it. We got a lot to cover, so we might talk a little fast. Bitcoin, $118,606. It's currently down about 1.73%. Ethereum coming in at 4,282. It's up 1.78%. And XRP, yeah, buddy, coming in at $3.15. It is down 2.63%. Total cryptocurrency market cap coming in at 3.97 trillion. Just a tad bit off of that 4 trillion psychological barrier. We need to see something go down. We need to see these markets pump in August, folks. I'm telling you right now, and I believe it's coming. If you are looking to get yourself any of our amazing crypto merch, remember, free shipping anywhere in the world. You spend over 35 bucks, it's free. I don't care if you're in Australia, Japan, or London. $35, you get free shipping. And we got the cheapest prices around. Whiskey box sets sold out. We still do have tumblers, and we got over 20 different t-shirts designed for a very, very low price. The cheapest price you're going to find around, $24.99. You get 2 shirts, you get yourself free shipping, you got 2 new crypto shirts. Bada bing, bada boom. Now we're finally seeing the information come out. And I had a feeling it was going to be today. I heard the rumblings. I put the tweet about it that something big was coming on Monday. Here we go. Finally, I mean, we already knew it was official, but here's your official proof, because some people always just want, the stamp of approval. Here's the update from the SEC on the webpage, talking about the litigation and how it's over. It's done. Capiche, caposh. Here's Hester Pierce. And then here's Hester Pierce again. I thought I had a different tweet. I want this should have one from Paul Atkins. Is this it? Yeah, Paul Atkins talking about it. So the SEC finally dropped a litigation release. Took them long enough. Confirming their case against Ripple is resolved. That's it. Years of uncertainty. 5 miserable years all behind us. The price, the pump that everyone was expected, that I told you was not coming, it did not come. We actually went backwards. Why is that, folks? It's simple. It's called manipulation. Now, most people will glance at the headlines and think, cool, the lawsuit's over. But if you've been in crypto long enough, you know this isn't just about Ripple. This is about precedent. Because for the first time, we have a major U.S. regulatory essentially acknowledging in action, if not in words, that XRP can now operate without a legal cloud over it. That opens the floodgates for U.S.-based institutional adoption. I can only name one other asset, Bitcoin, that has the same clarity. Now think about this. The conversations just went from call me when the SEC situation is sorted to okay, we can now move forward. Let's set a meeting up. Custodians, exchanges, payment processors, they've all been waiting for this green light. And here's the kicker. You don't get years of pent-up demand unleashed all at once without seeing a serious market reaction. This is the moment XRP moves from the lawsuit coin to the compliant cross-border settlement solution, which perfectly How ironic though, right? It sets the stage for what's happening right now in the bigger macro picture. That's right. And then we get this. Michael puts out his XRP chart. He thought we were going to come back down to 240 to 250. We didn't quite get there. He's stating that if we do not reclaim 340 on XRP, that we could see that drop back down. I would not look at this chart and get nervous or get all crazy. That is a very big dip. This late into a bull market to see a correction like this, we would need like 2 world wars to break out and the whole market to nuke completely. Not going to happen. Not today and not tomorrow. And now while Ripple was busy fighting in court, the rest of the financial chessboard has been shifting, and now everything is pointing in the same direction. They're cutting rates. They're opening 401ks to crypto. Altcoin ETFs about to be greenlit. The FTX billions getting unlocked. Regulations being eased. QT ending. Pro-crypto laws incoming. And there's 7.8 trillion just sitting in money markets doing absolutely nothing. You know what this means? It means we're staring at a liquidity explosion waiting to happen. The average retail investor still thinks we hit the top. They're calling for blow-off peaks. Meanwhile, the smart money knows that the euphoric stage, it hasn't even shown up to the party yet. Right now, we're still in the pregame. We're still sitting outside the concert around the pickup truck cracking beers. When the wall of cash starts rotating into risk assets and crypto is sitting there with legal clarity, ETF approvals, and retirement account access, you're going to see moves that make the 2021 run look like it was a freaking warm-up lap. And that brings me to the part of the story that's going to make some of you rethink everything you thought you knew about XRP's future. Because I didn't read this in an article. No, I read this on Twitter last night. A very interesting but very well written. Almost like this person was actually in this room. Lord Belgrave put this out. This kind of makes you scratch in your head. Stating that he sat across at boardroom tables with men who ran the world's money. He stated back in 2016, 2017, I saw something most retail still refused to believe. He stated that top executive from Barclays, HSBC, DBS, and Wells Fargo were already positioned around XRP. He stated he knows. He was in that room. Now, before we get into this any further, let's take this as a grain of salt. We don't know if he's telling the truth, but some of what he says, it kind of lines up a little too good. These partners are known partners of Ripple. Let's take this a step further. He says those weren't speculative crypto bros. They were group treasuries, head of correspondent banking, FX settlement directors, people who handle trillions in flow, the arteries of global finance. And they weren't debating if they use XRP. They were debating on how soon. He says the first meetings he witnessed were wrapped in NDAs so tight that even the junior staff didn't know the agenda. But I did, because I was tasked with preparing briefing papers for cross-border settlement discussions, and XRP kept appearing in those decks under those names. He said Barclays' internal tech memos in 2016 talked about its on-demand liquidity notes on permission ledgers. HSBC's innovations term called it real-time cross-border meeting. DBS framed it as instant regional clearing. Wells Fargo, well, they said tokenized liquidity rails. But why XRP? And he states in here, because unlike Bitcoin or Ethereum, XRP was designed to move sums that they move instantly, final, and no counterparty risk, which is absolutely massive. And if it was already integrated with the legacy rails they owned, Swift GPI, Nostro Vostro, CLS, it wasn't about ideology. It was about efficiency and control. He states that retail thinks banks fight crypto. He corrects that. He states that banks fight each other. And he said in 2016, 2017, they quietly agreed that XRP would be a shared neutral bridge, a way to avoid giving any single rival an advantage. But what they kept public was the blockchain exploration. He states in here that the real story is that Barclays tested live corridors with RippleNet in Europe. HSBC sent settlements to Ripple for stress testing. DBS built corridors for Asia Pacific remittances using XRP as the bridge asset. And Wells Fargo looked at replacing its FX swap DEX with tokenized liquidity using XRP. He states that he left banking in 2020. He says, I thought it was late. XRP was already 18 cents when I bought it with my bonus. But looking back now, I was so early. Most people still have no idea what's coming. He says, here's what I tell you now. As someone who's seen the playbook, XRP is going much higher than your wildest imaginations. The bankers don't build infrastructure for $5 coins. They build for the next global standard. Stack accordingly. This is the only part of what I know. I'm sharing the rest, the documents, the timelines, the names, all over his channel. Interesting. Very interesting. Now, as I said, does he know anything or is he full of shit? That's what we need to figure out. But reading this and the names, very familiar names, we do know that they are testing. So parts of this do kind of line up. But how true are they? That is what we need to figure out. But I'll tell you one thing. Ripple's legal cloud, it's gone. The macro stage is set for a massive injection of liquidity. And the very institutions that control trillions, well, they've already done their homework on XRP. This isn't hype. This isn't wishful thinking. This is years of groundwork lining up in real time. The next few months here, they're not about guessing if something big is coming. They're about deciding whether you're going to be on the right side of when it hits. Stay sharp, everyone. Position smarter. Because when the switch does flip, you won't get a second chance to be early.